Your boy Madi is done. See what this place is done to him.
If you have a brother or sister that resides in Libya currently, man, you need to give them a call to know their current situation, because what we are hearing is that the Libyan authorities are deliberately targeting Nigerians and they are giving them hell treatment. Just because of this simple mistake by the Libyan Football Federation, they decided to start paying every Nigerian they see who are innocent, who don't even know what led to their problem. Now, according to the information we gathered, the Libyan Federation Authority first did not carry the Nigerian Football Federation along while they were coming to Nigeria. Now, they were supposed to fly to Uyo according to what we got, but instead they landed in Port Harcourt, which is an error. Now, they decided to put the blame on Nigeria, which they did not carry along. Now, secondly, according to NFF, that they provided buses and security for them in Uyo Airport, which they were expecting them to land, but later they started getting calls that the Libyan Football Federation had landed in Port Harcourt, which was an error. Yes, the Nigerian government may have its own bad side, but the truth is that Nigeria still remains the best when it comes to hospitality in Africa. I cannot say the same thing when it comes to other African countries, the way they treat fellow Africans. Nigeria would decide to bear the brunt. In fact, Nigerian government can decide to suffer us just to please outsiders. That is, check when South Africa was having issue with the apartheid government. South African citizens were coming to Nigeria to school. Nigerian government was deducting money from its own citizens and using it to feed the people they call their brothers in South Africa. But today, what is the case? They don't remember that. And Libya too is doing the same thing. Another proof of Nigerian hospitality is the fact that the Ghanaians who throw Nigerians every day on social media that we don't have electricity, meanwhile their source of power is Nigeria. I don't understand why Nigeria keeps playing that big brother role in Africa by carrying every other African country along, but when it comes to them showing us love and respect, they turn to something else. Imagine the day Nigeria decides to pull its plug off Ghana electricity. I bet you Ghanaians will be coming to Nigeria to charge their phones. The Libyan Football Authority decided to act childish because they felt Nigeria treated them badly when they came to Nigeria to play the AFCON qualifier against Nigeria, and because they felt it was the treatment that Nigerian government gave them, that was why their team was so exhausted and they lost the match. So they decided to do the same. We hear a lot of horrible tales being meted against Nigerians and other African citizens who live in Libya by the Libyan citizens, yet our government has not taken drastic measure to stop this. Perhaps because the Nigerian government itself at home has not been able to do well. They've not been able to provide good jobs and shelter for its citizens at home, so they just leave people, straying into other people's country. In the first place, Nigerians don't have any business being in Libya. Libya is a country that don't have government. It's a country that have different groups governing each province. So is that the kind of country that will be treating Nigerians that we're supposed to be living as king in our own country? See the way they are treating us. Now they decided to move this treatment into a professional organization like football. The Libyan Football Authority haven't lost to Nigeria at home in Uyo. Instead of them to accept it as sport, which could happen to any football, because like they say, this is football, anything can happen, they decided to please their fans at home by putting the blame on the Nigerian Football Authority. They claim that the Nigerian government did not treat their team well, that they gave them a wrong airport to land and they allowed them to suffer for up to 5 hours in a bad road, in a very dark and bushy path for them to be able to locate the real venue of the football, which was not actually the fault of our NFF. It was actually their own fault. They did not plan well. They decided to come impromptu without carrying our NFF along, and which our NFF was already waiting for them in Uyo. When it was the turn of the Nigerian football team to go and play the return match in Libya, now the match was supposed to be held in Benghazi. Now the Nigerian government chartered a flight for our players from Nigeria for them to land in Benani International Airport, which is the airport for Benghazi, and Benghazi being the host city of the match. Now, Benani International Airport is just about 19 kilometers to the sport venue. Now, this is what the Libyan government did. They decided to intentionally divert Nigerian aircraft to another airport, you understand, which is meant for Hajj operation only. That is one error. Then error number two, the Libyan Football Authority decided, in fact they did not even show up there, they just abandoned Nigerian football team at that airport. The Libyan Authority also denied the Nigerian football team the access to get a bus that will convey them from that wrong airport to Benghazi, which is about 270 kilometers. Can you imagine how many hours drive? Now, the Libyan Authority thought if Nigeria was unable to make the match, then they will give them a walkover and they'll make them win. That is, Libya will be given 3 points. Now, they shot themselves in the leg because FIFA is not a stupid organization. They decided to weigh in, into the crisis. Haven't listened to the side of the Nigerian authority. They also listened to the side of the Libyan, and the Libyans, they shot themselves in the leg trying to say this is what we went through when we came to your country, and things are not done that way. So the FIFA authority decided to put an embargo on Libya, and they gave Nigeria the 3 points instead. So that infuriated the Libyan people. They decided to now start pouncing on every Nigeria they see in Libya. Charity, they say, begins at home. Now, until the Nigerian government start giving back the same treatment that these other African countries are doing to Nigerians, I don't think this thing will stop. Now, imagine Nigerians treating South Africans, Togolese, Ghanaians the same way they are treating us in their country. How would they feel? If you come to most of the developing areas in Nigeria, let's use for instance Ikorodu or the Aja axis, most of the artisans, I'm talking about the bricklayers, the plumbers, the carpenters, they are from Togo. Some of them are from Niger. Now, Nigerians don't even discriminate. Nigerians, like this thing I say, we prefer to treat outsiders better. Nigerians will prefer to give a Togolese bricklayer job than to even give a Nigerian. Now, what about the Cameroonians? What about the Ghanaians? Now, if we start treating you guys in our country the same way you're treating our people back in your country, is that how we're going to achieve that one big Africa that we're all clamoring for? Man, I think you could do better than this. I'll see you next time.
The boy Madu is done. See what this place has done to him, fam.
What did you say? Say again.
I said, if you tell your club to say private day, they will tell you, oh, we have a young English right back. He's ready to take your position.
He's not bringing TV company to film us stranded. President, tell them to fuck off, man.
Libya have shown us pete.
You need mental toughness to play in Africa. Hello? You need mental toughness, because if not, you will fall into a state of depression. As I swear to you, bro. I'm buying a paper. I love your side, I love your tempo, simple. Yeah.